Why, hello everybody, and welcome to the Truly Odd podcast, where we bring you the latest in game news and movie news. I am your host, Joe Garcia. So grab your controllers, get your popcorn, and let's go ahead and dive right on in, shall we? Starting with our game news topics, and our first game news topic of the day is it looks like the PS5 and PS4 physical game sales have dropped to just 3% of PlayStation's revenue. This is specifically talking, this article from Game Rant is specifically talking about the 2024 fiscal year, now that we have some more updated information regarding that. Sony's 2024 fiscal year, reportedly reveals the physical games are now making only 3% of PlayStation's revenue, down by 6% before the launch of the PS5. Digital software accounts are for 20% of the revenue, with microtransactions and DLC uh, dominating the 29%, making that PlayStation's top earner. Despite decline, rumors suggest that PlayStation 6 may include a detachable disc drive, signaling PlayStation's continued support for physical media. So, all that being said, physical media is dying slowly but surely. And the reason that the PS6 would have a detachable disc drive is because there will still be some physical media release, and they want players to be able to play their PlayStation 5 games and possibly their PlayStation 4 games on that new console. So that's why there will be a detachable disc drive or a disc drive that you can buy separately to attach onto the PlayStation 6. But this is really sad to see that physical media is dying so much. Digital is the way of the future. That's the way things are going. The typical DLC, microtransactions, and things of that sort being 29% is a given. That's why so many game studios are pushing to have their what's it called, their live service game, so they can sell DLC and things of that sort, and make that money. And this is an industry about money, it's about revenue, and so it makes a lot of sense that they're leaning towards that way. And I think this last generation PlayStation 6 will probably be the last physical media for console games. I think if we get to a PlayStation 7 and beyond, we are going to be seeing digital only consoles probably at that point. It just makes no sense for them to make physical media anymore. They don't make as much money as they do if you sell it digitally. It costs money to create physical media, whereas it doesn't cost as much money to maintain servers so players can download games. So it just makes a lot of sense, and then that things are going this way. And it's sad that 3%. I think with the next console generation, it'll probably go to. I mean, if this was 3% for the 2024 fiscal year, then the 2025 fiscal year will probably drop to about 2 to 1%, depending on how things are looking. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you sad to see physical media go for consoles, or are you expecting it? And have what's the last physical copy of a game that you buy? And I don't want no special editions where you come with a statue. I'm talking about an actual just singular disc. Mine was actually the Gears of War one. However, mine came with caveat. I did that so I could throw it in my cousin's face that Gears of War was on PlayStation finally. But that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our next game news topic of the day. And the next game news topic I want to chalk up to the rumor mill. Well, the next two stories are going to be all rumors, so just so you guys know. But I thought it was important to discuss because there are quite some details regarding some supposed leaks coming out. So our first rumor is uh, Venom PlayStation 5 game leaks reveal Eddie Brock as lead, Carnage as villain, and a possible 2027 release date. Now, remember, this is all rumored currently, but I do think some of the details that they released here are interesting, and it does make a lot of sense leading into a possible Spider-Man 3 video game. Let's go ahead and look here. Insomniac rumored Venom game will serve as a narrative bridge between Spider Man 2 and Spider Man 3, similar to what Miles Morales was, with Eddie Brock as a central playable character, my apologies. Leaks suggest Brock will resemble his original comic book look, and the game will feature Carnage as its main antagonist, alongside a monstrous version of Anti Venom that Brock eventually controls. Uh, internal rumors for the internally rumored for a 2025 release. The game is now targeted for a 2027 launch, as Insomniac prioritizes Wolverine's title for 2026. Now, I think this is great news that we're going to get more Spider-Man, more Marvel games. The Spider-Man games have been very phenomenal. Matter of fact, they were the top selling some in the top selling list for PlayStation 5 games in general. So I think they should definitely continue this franchise, and it being a bridge between Spider-Man 2 and 3 makes a lot of sense. It's good to have that holder there. In Spider-Man 2, you were able to play as Venom temporarily in the game. So they kind of teased what that could possibly look like as a full game, and I think this is good. They also teased Carnage's storyline as well, so it makes a lot of sense that this is possibly going to be a thing. And if things get really crazy in a Venom game, they could possibly introduce the notion of Null and things like that, which would be very fun and very entertaining, especially with the Wolverine game. Possibly get something crazy like a team up eventually in like a Spider-Man 4S game, but we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for a Venom video game possibly in 2027? And would you be interested in checking that game out? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let's go ahead and move on to our next game news topic of the day. And again, this is also a rumor. And this is about Grand Theft Auto. It looks like Grand Theft Auto 6 could be facing a second delay, and insiders suggest possible October 2026 release. Let's go ahead and break this down for you guys here, just so you guys can see some of the imagery from the game, graphically and things like that. Looks phenomenal. Journalist Tom Henderson, known for accurate leaks, believes Grand Theft Auto 6 may slip from its current May 26, 2026 release date to an October 2026 due to internal rumblings. While Harrison cites uncertainty, excuse me, guys, YouTuber Luke Steffen claims that Rockstar insiders remain confident for the May launch, creating mixed signals about the timeline. However, the studio is known for delaying titles, ensuring quality, but Take Two CEO Staros Zinnik, which is something we talked about a couple weeks ago, has publicly expressed confidence in the current release window and confidence that it will hold. All that being said, it is possible that the game will be delayed. Seeing how massive this game is and seeing all the things coming out about it, how it's going to be the biggest video game release of all time, things of that sort. The fact that it cost reportedly $2 billion to develop this game, they will not hesitate to push this past to the October 2026 release because it needs to be a phenomenal launch. They do not want what happened with Cyberpunk 2077. They do not want what happened with Mind's Eye happening to this game. So if it is necessary for a push, they will do a push. Now, we still have quite some time till May. We have here, we're mid-September, so let's not count September. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months until, oh wait, no, 6, 7, 8 months, sorry. So we still got half a year till May of 2026. So they'll probably give us more of an update in about 3 or 4 months, possibly even 5 months. I can't imagine them doing 5 months. That's when they're going to start wrapping up their marketing and things like that. So possibly in the next 3 months we'll get an update if they're going to be delaying the game, because around that time that's when marketing needs to start for a game of this massive. So either we're going to be getting a trailer announcing that they push the date to October, or we're going to get a trailer confirming the release for May, probably sometime this holiday season. Think possibly Game Awards time. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you hoping that there's no longer a delay, or are you okay with them delaying as long as the game comes out in a better state than Cyberpunk 2077 was? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let's go ahead and move over to our next game news topic of the day. And our next game news topic is regarding IO Interactive clarifying that 007 First Light is not a Hitman reskin, promises distinct Bond, promising a distinct Bond experience. My apologies, guys. My dyslexia kind of kicked in right there for a second. So basically, before I talk more about this, I want to kind of break down to you why this is even in the discussion. So from the gameplay that we saw, a lot of people online were saying that it is very Hitman-esque, and the players feel that they basically skinned a Hitman game and put James Bond into it. And this is the studio clarifying that's basically not the case. So let's go ahead and take here. Devs insight Devs insist 007 First Light was never intended for a simple retooling of Hitman, emphasizing the broader design scope and unique approach tailored to James Bond's world. IO Interactive brought in fresh creative voices and introduced features like vehicle gameplay, refined weapon handling, cinematic set pieces, elements absent from their previous titles of Hitman. While stealth and social manipulation remains, 007's First Light prioritizes a robust story and uh, espionage-driven gameplay, distancing itself from Agent 47's mission-based structure. Um, so essentially, it's kind of hard when a studio has to do this. When a studio is known for a game like Hitman, they kind of take a lot of the same tools and elements that they're used to developing for a game of this magnitude when it comes to 007. 007 is also kind of like a Hitman, very suave, debonair, and he needs to be able to get into places and be manipulative, kind of how Agent 47 is. So, of course, they took those gameplay mechanics and then introduced new mechanics moving forward to emphasize a more broader story. I honestly think this is what a Hitman game should have been moving forward in the franchise, but they decided to do more episodic kind of assassination type things instead of telling a full story. So it makes sense why players are seeing it this way, but I do feel that this game was very much developed solely for a Bond storytelling experience because Hitman hasn't really done a story driven game in quite some years, if ever. Honestly, I can't remember. I haven't played all the Hitman games. The last one I played, I think, was Hitman 2. I did play a little bit of Hitman 3, but that was more of a demo. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think that 007 is a reskin of Hitman, or do you feel like it's its own thing and they did their own development for it? I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let's go ahead and move over to our next game news topic of the day. And our next game news topic is regarding Hell is Us director. So it looks like the Hell is Us director cites Hollow Knight's Silksong shadow dropping release as a little Callous. Um, so kind of basically they've seemingly fucked some people over essentially. So let's go ahead and take a look here. John Jacques Belate. I am pronouncing his name horribly wrong, so forgive me for that, guys. But we're just gonna call him John. John, director of Hell Is Us, expresses frustration on Slingsong's surprise release date announced on September 4th, 2025, which disrupts making marketing plans and multiple indie titles. Game Games like Demon School, Little Witch in the Woods, and Moro Portcole shift release strategies. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing those games wrong, but they shift release strategies while Hell is Us held its date despite internal pressures and logistical challenges. John noted that finding a quiet release window is nearly impossible now, calling the current landscape on uh, constant madness compared to the quarterly summer of the past 15 years or 15 years ago, whereas people would get their own individual kind of release dates. Um, I take this as no offense to John or the studio or anything. I just take this as him bitching. And, I can see why. There's a lot of plans and strategies behind marketing for indie titles and releases and things like that. But Sling Song is not holden to any other studio or any other release date, and they do not need to follow or deal with any of that of those things. They can release the game whenever they want, and whether that screws over another indie game, that sucks. But that's just the way of the beast. That's how business works. They want to be able to release their game when they're good and ready. And with a game like Sling Song, they didn't have a ridiculous, at least from my knowledge, they didn't have a ridiculous marketing budget. As as far as I'm concerned, games that can be released in a short amount of time from when they're announced, like Sling Song was, you're probably gonna get more people interested in buying the game. because you get the gameplay trailer, you get it, the word of mouth that it's coming out, and then bam, it's coming out in 2 3 weeks. It's coming out in a month. That's crazy for some games. That's like never done nowadays. So Silksong, I think did a phenomenal job with their release. They're very successful, obviously, so it is a good release, and it makes sense that some people would be upset. But as far as Hell is Us is, I don't believe that's an indie game, so I'm curious as to why that he would be upset about that, unless he has some type of investment in any of the other games that were listed, like Demon School or The Little Witch in the Woods. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Does a game being released like Sling Songs prevent you from being interested in any other indie games? Or if you're interested in two indie games and they drop on the same day, do you tend to just buy them both? I'm very curious. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Now, moving on to our. Oh, no, sorry. That does it for our video game news topics of the day, guys. We're going to get ahead and move on to our movie news topics. And our first movie news topic is regarding the weekend box office. Let's go ahead and take a look here. It looks like our number one movie at the box office with $70 million is Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. I'm not going to read that part because, let's face it, I'm going to butcher it. Uh, Followed by The Conjuring Last Rites at 26.1 million. And number three is Downton Abbey, the grand final at 18.1 million. And number four is The Long Walk with 11.5 million. And Toy Story re-release at 3.5 million. And I'm just gonna throw in number six because it's right there. Weapons still hanging in there in the top 10 at $2.725 million. I think this has been a very successful weekend for anime and a very successful weekend for stories like The Long Walk. The Long Walk had a low budget. I'm sure they wanted more than $11.5 million. Sadly, I didn't get a chance to go out and see it. I'm hoping I'll get a chance to eventually this week. But let's go ahead and dive in a little further into some of these box office results, specifically regarding Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer opening to $7 million is actually makes it fun fact, Infinity Castle earning 70 million domestically, more than doubles the previous anime record with Pokemon the first movie in 1999 with $31 million for a opening weekend. So congratulations to Demon Slayer to breaking that record since 1999, which is wild that held that record so long. But I do think that Demon Slayer has to thank a lot of different animes that were releasing in theaters, like Dragon Ball Z and dang, what's that one with the fireworks and they kind of go travel in time? I forget what it's called, but a lot of anime movies over the years have kind of made this a thing. But seeing something like Demon Slayer make worldwide currently is sitting at $352.9 million, which is absolutely phenomenal for a movie like this. I think the budget, if I'm not mistaken, for Demon Slayer was about $20 million. So they're absolutely celebrating, and they have two more movies coming. Sadly, those won't be till 2027 and 2029 apparently, but that all that being said, hopefully they can get a rush out for these movies now that they saw what they were able to accomplish at the box office. Um, the Conjuring currently worldwide is doing well as $332 million. Great success for them over there. Um, and yeah, just what a great weekend. But tell me what you guys think. Did you guys think it's crazy that the anime box office opening weekend was held from the Pokemon movie back in 1999? I did not know that until today. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And did you see Demon Slayer and did you enjoy it? Let's go ahead and move on to our next movie news topic of the day. And our next movie news topic is regarding Robert Pattinson reads the Batman 2 script under lock and key, and a possible Penguin 2 discussions have begun at Warner Brothers. Let's go ahead and take a look here. This is Matt Reeves being interviewed. If you guys want to check out the interview or check out any of these links, I'll have them all in the description down below if you guys are interested in any of the articles and want to read them for yourself. But Robert Pattinson, Director Matt Reeves confirms that the Batman 2 script is complete and was delivered to Robert Pattinson and lock it in a locked pouch with a security code, underscoring the studio's security measures. The film is scheduled to begin in spring of 2026. Filming is scheduled. Sorry, Filming is scheduled to begin in spring 2026, with Reeves expressing pride in the script, co-written by Matt Thomas, Toms. I'm pronouncing his name horribly wrong. Forgive me. And and excitement to return to Gotham. Jesus Christ, dyslexia just kicks in sometimes. My apologies. And then regarding Penguin, although Penguin season one was built to be a limited series, Reeves reveals that discussions are underway for a second season due to the show's uh, critical acclaim, and Emmy nominations. So we'll have to wait and see if that becomes a thing for the studio to do a Penguin season two. Now, whether they get Colin Farrell to return might be difficult because he said that he was basically done with all that. But if they back up a dump truck to him, I'm sure he'll end up doing the show again. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. I would be excited for a Penguin season two, but let me know what you guys think about this. Are you excited that the script is finally underway after so long, and that we're finally going to start filming and people are reading the script, and it's a very successful and a possible for a Penguin season two? I'm curious what you guys think. Let's go ahead and move on to our next movie news topic of the day. And our next movie news topic is, it looks like Nicole Kidman has confirmed that Practical Magic 2 has wrapped. Sequel set for September 26th release, September 2026 release date. So if you guys are interested in Practical Magic, here was the video shared. Sorry about that if that was loud, guys. I can't really control the volume here. I can control it on my thing, but so yeah, it looks like her saying goodbye and thank you to the cast and crew for all the magic, which is really really nice. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Nicole Kidman announced via Instagram that the film for Practical Magic has officially wrapped. Thanks to the cast and crew for all your magic. As I just said, I repeated myself. What an idiot. Anyways, moving on. Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock reprised their roles as the Owen sisters, joined by Denise, Danny, Danny Watts, and Stalker Channing. I'm pronouncing their names wrong. Forgive me again. The new cast members include Lee Pace, Marcy Williams, and Joey King. Directed by Susan Bear, the sequel is based on another book from Alice Hoffman's Practical Magic series, with the script co-written by Akfa Goldsman and Georgia Pritchett. God, I really gotta get better at pronouncing names, guys. This is kind of getting crazy. Anyway, so that being said, I think it's exciting for something like Practical Magic to get a sequel. It feels like movies like this don't really, well, Practical Magic in general, the first one, don't really get a lot of praise and stuff like that. Those movies don't really get sequels. So the fact that, if something like this that people grew up watching, my mom made me watch the Practical Magic, and I ended up enjoying the movie. And seeing it as an adult, it's a completely different story. So I'm very interested in seeing what they have to do with Practical Magic too. I know my girlfriend's interested in checking it out. So, but let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for Practical Magic 2, or are you guys really don't care about it? Let me know what you guys think. Let's go ahead and move on to our next movie news topic of the day. And our next movie news topic is regarding Avengers Doomsday. Synopsis confirmed Doctor Doom MCU's debut in multiverse and his multiversal threat. Now, before we continue, though, I want to kind of put this in the semi rumor mill only, or take it with a grain of salt, because I haven't seen any major trades talk about this. This comes from Superhero Hype, and I'd also seen it on comicbook.com or comicbookmovienews.com or something like that. But I haven't seen it in any Variety, Deadline, or any of the major trades. So please take what I say here with a grain of salt. Also, as far as the synopsis goes for this, what they provided here, it's kind of a given, like in general. But let me know what you guys think. Let's go ahead and take a look here. The synopsis from Disney's 2026 Merchandising Expo reveals Victor Von Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr., as a master of science and sorcery who unleashes a uh, crisis across multiverses. Doom will face off against Avengers, Fantastic Four, X-Men, and other teams from alternative realities, with hints of connection between Shang-Chi's Ten Rings, and Kamala Khan's Bands. The film was written by Stephen McFeely and Michael Waldron, featuring a massive cast including not Henry Cavill, sorry, Chris Hemsworth, Florence Pugh, Simu Liu, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, and many others, and is set to release on December 18, 2026. And that's basically what this article had to say. And here's the actual quote unquote synopsis. Doctor Doom has officially arrived in the MCU. The villain, a master of cutting edge science and powerful magic, will unleash a cascade crisis across the entire multiverse. So, yeah, very, very lackluster, if you ask me, regarding a synopsis. Uh, just for an example, let's get another synopsis here. So let's go. Let's do another Avengers movie. Avengers Endgame synopsis. Or should we do Infinity War? Let's do Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War. And the reason I'm going to do Infinity War is because it's not Infinity War, while of course it's a sequel part of the MCU. It's kind of like the introduction to Thanos for the first time as the main character. So, let's take a look here. Here's the synopsis for Infinity War. Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, and the rest of the Avengers. Excuse me, guys. And the rest of the Avengers unite to battle their most powerful enemy yet, the evil Thanos. On a mission to collect the 6 Infinity Stones, Thanos plans to use the artifacts to inflict his twisted will on reality. The fate of the planet and existence itself has never been more uncertain, as everything the Avengers have fought for has led up to this moment. Now that's a fucking synopsis. So that's a synopsis. It gives you a little bit of the characters, gives you a little bit of the plot, gives you not so much of the plot where it's a spoiler, but so much of the plot where you know what's going on in the story. With this synopsis from Avengers Doomsday, we really don't know what's going on in the story. He's just, I mean, I guess you can say that with citing Crisis across multiverses, but still, there's no essential detail. Why, like a little bit of why, like in that other synopsis that we just read, we kind of it's impose his will onto the reality, you know? So things of that sort. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm still excited for Avengers Doomsday. I just thought this story was a little lackluster, and I've seen multiple people kind of discussing it. Curious to hear what you guys have to say about it. Let's go ahead and move over to our last movie news topic of the day, and this is regarding the Emmys. Now, we're not going to talk about the entire winnings because we'll be here all day doing that. But we're going to discuss some of the winnings at the Emmys. Here are some of the victors here in this image, but let's go ahead and scroll down. Again, everything's in the link down below if you guys want to check it out for yourself. But the big winner, Best Drama Series, went to the Pit, which won. And honestly, I cannot complain. I really, really enjoyed The Pit. It was a great series, especially for what it was entailing. So out of all these shows, I did enjoy The Pit the most. Sadly, for some reason, I just haven't seen The Last of Us season 2. I don't know why. Maybe I just haven't gotten around to it or whatever. Severance was phenomenal as well. I haven't seen every show here. Sadly, I haven't, I don't have all that time. But The Pit was an absolutely phenomenal show. But so let me know what you guys think. Do you think they deserve to win, or do you think someone else did? Go ahead and move on. Best comedy series. This one kind of broke my heart because I'm a big fan of Shrinking, and while yes, I did love the studio, I don't think it was as good as Shrinking, and I think Shrinking deserved this spot over it. And the only reason I feel that it lost, and call me crazy, but the only reason I feel that it lost is because the studio kind of showcases behind the scenes footage of what it's actually like to run a studio, so people related to it more as opposed to Shrinking. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about the best comedy series victor. Best limited or anthology series went to Adolescence. I have not seen this. My thought was it may go to Penguin because it was doing so well, but congratulations to Adolescence, and let me know what you guys think of that. Best reality no, no, not that one. Hold on. Best talking series. No, we're not talking about that one. Best grip. No. Best. Where are the actors at? Best actor. Here we go. Best actor in a drama series went to Noah Wiley from The Pit. A lot of people thought that this was going to possibly be going to a Pedro Pascal or a Gary Oldman. So I think Noah Wiley deserved it. He did a phenomenal job in his role in The Pit. And so I think he did a great job. I was maybe my second pick would have probably been Adam Scott because I think he does phenomenal in Severance. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Best actress in a drama series went to Britt Lower from Severance. Bright Lower. Jesus, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing their name horribly wrong. Congratulations to them. Really no notes here. I think the deserved to win did a phenomenal job. Best supporting actress in a drama series went to Tarmel. Best supporting actor in a drama series went to Tarmel Tillman from Severance. Absolutely no notes. Definitely deserved to win. Did a phenomenal job in Severance. Just all around great performance. Let's go ahead and move on. Best supporting actress in a drama series went to Catherine Lonas for The Pit. Again, no notes. Phenomenal. She did a great job. Best actor in a limited or anthology series went to Stephen Graham for Adolescence. Again, haven't seen it, so congratulations to them. And I honestly, the only other one I saw here was Colin Farrell's performance, so I can't compare the two, but I think Colin Farrell did a phenomenal job. Best actress in a limited or anthology series or movie went to Kristen Milioti for The Penguin. Again, no notes. Haven't seen anything else on this list. I just think she did a phenomenal job in The Penguin. Best supporting actress in a limited series went to Owen Cooper for Adolescence. Again, haven't seen it. Moving on. Best supporting actress for a limited or anthology series went to um, Aaron Aaron Doherty. Again, Adolescence. Haven't seen it. Moving on. Best actress in a comedy actress in a comedy series went to Jenny Jenny Smart from Hacks. Again, haven't seen that. Moving on, best actor in a comedy series went to Seth Rogen for The Studio. I again maybe I'm biased because I really in love with Shrinking, but I think Jason Segel should have took this one home. Let's go ahead and move on. Best supporting actress in a comedy series went to Han and Beringer from Hacks. Uh, yeah, no notes there. I don't really know a lot of the other ones besides Studio and The Studio, which I mean they did and Shrinking, but I'm biased to Shrinking, don't hear what I have to say about that. I think Shrinking should win everything. Anyways, best supporting actor in a comedy series. Now this one was upsetting to me because I think Harrison Ford absolutely deserved this above on this list. Now, somebody somewhere winner. I don't know who Jeff Hiller is. I never seen it, so maybe he did a phenomenal job. But I truly felt Harrison Ford's performance in Shrinking absolutely deserved him to win the Emmy. But let me know what you guys think. And yeah, there's so many others. I don't want to keep going because then we'll be here for another 45 minutes. So those are probably all the main categories. So let me know what you guys thought of the Emmys, who deserved to win, who didn't deserve to win, and which one do you feel was an upset. My biggest upset again is Harrison Ford. I feel he absolutely deserved that Emmy, and I really wish he took that one home. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Truly Odd Podcast, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. And always, guys, remember, stay true, be odd.